The following presentation is for mature audiences only.
Who are you?
He's a fine man.
All hell is broken loose.
He's a great broadcaster.
He's a very powerful guy.
Absolutely brilliant.
Feared by men, adored by women.
He's a smart boy.
It's patriotic.
It's no big deal.
It's the end of the world.
I might as well tell you now. He's a monkey.
And how you doing, rockers and cockers? Welcome back into another edition of the Wyldeside with Eric Clark. I am your host, Eric Clark, saying thank you for taking time out of your busy day being awesome to hang out with us on the east side of Music City, USA. Make sure you are subscribed to the YouTube channel. Hit that notification button, smash the like button, but most importantly, when you're done watching the video today, engage in the comment section. One of the most common comments I get in the comment section is, man, you should have more subscribers. Well, I'm trying to get to 30,000 subscribers so that I can start doing memberships, but I need your help. YouTube is all about engagement. So to promote my channel, they need to see engagement. So when you're done watching the video today, comment all you want on the band, the song, the video, everything. But if not anything else, before you leave, drop some horns down in that comment section. According to YouTube, that is all the engagement that I need. And if you have a band, song, or a video, something you'd like me to check out, the best place to get me your suggestion, even though I have all my social media linked down below, the best place to get the suggestion is over at the Discord server. It is your one-stop shop for all things Wyldeside, and it's free to subscribe. So get over to the Discord server, left-hand side, YouTube reaction requests. Read the pinned message, please. Drop a link, a brief description. I will get to it when I can. Today's Discord suggestion is coming from Badriaz. Badriaz says, hey man, check out this Hungarian symphonic metal band. So today we are with TalesOfEvening. Now, sadly, they lost their lead guitarist in 2022, but I hope that at some point they're able to recover and continue doing what they love to do, which is make music, even though it may hurt to do so. So today we are checking out TalesOfEvening. I hope I get this right. TORD. I hope I said that correct. TORD. I don't think I'm saying it correctly, but let me know down below how to get it done correctly. So this is TalesOfEvening, TORD, live, as suggested by Badriaz. On the Wyldeside, here we go.
Everybody estamos.
There you go. That is Tales of Evening, TORD SZET. I don't think I'm saying that correctly. I hope I am. Let me say this before I get too deep into the track. Thank you, Baudriaz, for that suggestion. Again, Tales of Evening, TORD SZET. Let me know down below how wrong I'm getting that. Let me know down below exactly how wrong I am. First and foremost, the highlight of this track is obviously the late guitar player and that solo. I don't know the guy, but he's obviously listened to a lot of Pink Floyd growing up, because that solo was very Gilmour-esque. It really was. It was very Pink Floyd, that element, that ethereal progressive rock you're hearing there. Really like that tone. Really nice menthol tone. A lot of times when I talk about a guitar playing a menthol tone, it's more in line with a rhythm section. You know, the menthol tones are what really... Okay, you know how on some TVs you have a backlight? Right? And you don't even really notice it that much until you have to adjust it. Then you're like, oh yeah, there it is. That's what a menthol tone is. It's there, it exists, and it helps and it creates, but it's so good at enveloping the overall sound that it's very subtle. And yet, that's a solo. So to create that warmth surrounding sound while still dominating the space that you're asked to occupy tells me that he understood really well how to balance those two, how to balance that menthol tone with the dominating licks of a guitar bend, right? So let's go back. Let's go back to the beginning. I'm going to give this young lady credit. When something goes wrong on stage, there are times where it will completely derail. I've seen it done with bands far more world known than Tales of Evening. I've watched a simple button not pushed, right? Slide not put up, something. And it just derails the whole vibe of the show. And when I talk about live performances, excuse me, a lot of times one of the most important things is the band's disposition on stage and the energy that is feeding the audience and how the audience feeds from it. And, excuse me, if something goes wrong and it derails the band, that will derail the energy of the crowd. And then all of a sudden it seeps, because it's infectious, it's contagious. It will seep into that ether between the band and the crowd. And what I liked about what happened here is there was no, one of the things we're taught, if I'm on the air and I make a mistake, which I've made plenty of, don't come back on the air later and go, hey man, I totally, unless you're doing like school closings or like, but if you're just talking, if you're just doing your show, and a great example is, I got to announce a long time ago, I got to announce on our station the Pink Floyd Pulse Tour and the big package we were giving away with it. And I was very young, very early in radio. I hadn't even been on the air for maybe 6 months at this point. And I went into the studio and made it a whole big deal, and we did a whole big production for it. And I get on the air, and my boss is standing across from me, and I'm kind of breaking news, hey, breaking news kind of a thing, Pink Floyd Pulse Tour. So I said, don't get your hopes up. Paul Rodgers will not be there. So my boss sitting across from me was just kind of staring at me, and he goes, and neither will Roger Waters. In case anybody is wondering, Roger Waters won't be there either. Neither will Paul Rodgers. It is the big thing that I get those names mixed up all the time. Made a mistake, no big deal, move on. The show must go on. And I always want to recognize that there's no Ashley Simpson dance here. Very professional. Grabbed the mic, checked it, fixed it, boom, here we go. It didn't disrupt the overall vibe that the band was putting out on stage. Come on, dude. There we go. It wasn't disrupting their energy, not with each other, not with the crowd, not with the song, not with the performance. And I always want to make sure I give credit where credit is due. Because let me tell you something. When you're performing, you're already wired pretty tight. You've got a game plan going on. You get into a rhythm. You don't want anything taking you out of that. This is Charlie, by the way. You don't want anyone taking you out of the rhythm. And one small thing literally can derail an entire performance. I saw it happen with the Kinks. It can happen. He does. Okay, so if I don't touch him, he'll reach over and smack me like, hey, dude, why aren't you petting me? So I have to give credit where credit is due. The song overall had great movement, great balance between the contrasting melodies of the keys and the vocals, because that's who we're harmonizing there, were the keys and the vocals, and then the band were establishing that foundational bass underneath. And it was a really nice balance of those colors and of those energies. And the drums were doing a really, really fantastic job of pulling that sled. The drums were the real sled dogs there. That was the husky of that sled train. And I enjoyed the use. Sometimes drummers can get a little much with the double bass roll. I liked how he used that, and it kept the flow of the song from getting disrupted or stagnant in any one point. So it was a really good blend, a really good mixture of tones and elements, from the symphonic to the straight rock to that progressive solo. It's all right there. So well done, TalesOfEvening. And again, I understand that you've lost a member, a very important member indeed. So my sympathies go to the band. And there's no replacing someone like that. But I do hope that they're able to find some peace and able to move forward and continue their joy, because I can see that they enjoy what they do. They like what they do. I hope that they're able to find that. So Badriaz, thank you very much for that suggestion. TalesOfEvening, TORD ZET. I don't think I'm saying that right. Charlie, how do you say that? He doesn't know either, because he speaks cat. He has no idea. So if you, like Badriaz, have a suggestion for me and you'd like me to make a video on a band song or something like that, get over to Discord. Left-hand side, YouTube reaction requests, read the pinned message, drop a link, a brief description. I will get to your suggestion when I can. And as always, thank you again for taking time out of your day. All of our socials are linked down below to follow along. You can support the channel through Patreon or PayPal. Everything is linked down below. I'm not that hard to find. I'm just sitting here in my chair making videos. So again, thank you very much for taking time out of your day to hang out with me and Charlie on the east side of Music City, USA. Make sure you're looking out for each other. Make sure you're looking out for your neighbor. I know. Try to do at least one good thing a day. I am Eric Clark. This is Charlie, and this has been The Wild Side.